I'd say the biggest challenge we faced was honestly predictability of our releases, right? Being able to know when we'd be done with the right level of quality. We found we were building up a lot of fixing to be done at the end. So moving towards Agile, moving towards really delivering working code, that was the game changer for us. Well, we've been using Agile in one form or another for more than 5 years, I'd say. You could argue that it goes back into our experience in open source with Eclipse. A lot of the practices that we picked up there, community-based development, short iterations, things like that, were part of the Agile toolkit that we've used. And since then, we've adopted things like Scrum and XP to build out a whole set of practices that we use. So we're pretty well into it. I think the team itself was very motivated to go this way. Right? It really appeals to developers. They really like a lot of these ideas. Doing it consistently across teams and getting the rhythm together for teams working this way took a little while to get a hang of that. And then also really changing our interaction with the funding and support and things like that about how we staff and make commitments. That was probably one of the biggest changes and challenges.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So the textbook Agile techniques don't teach you how to do globally distributed Agile or do it at a really large scale. So we've had to add on some new practices on top of that in order to make it work. The basic Scrum practices, for example, work on the hallway, and we can scale that up to a point. But then over time, we've just had to add some other specialized roles to coordinate the project on a larger level, to have things like dedicated architects or release engineering that you wouldn't find in the basic Agile practices. Well, it's not trivial, right? It is a real transformation. It takes work. But I think we're a good proof case of a very large project, a very important project in IBM that's been able to do it successfully. So it can be done, but it definitely takes some work and a lot of support. It is something that can be really challenging, but it's just the way of life for us. It's just how we work. So we tend to start with co-located component teams. So we have people that are generally working in a co-located way on common technology, and then those guys are integrating with teams around the world, and they work together through using our tools, right? So we use Rational Team Concert to collaborate, so we can know what's going on in other teams. We can know about our dependencies, collaborate together to bring a build together. Yeah, it was one of our missions in building RTC was to build better tools for ourselves, right? As we were starting Agile, we didn't find tools that really helped us with that, so we built RTC to do that, and we've been using it for 5 years now.